Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fiery, fascinating story of a fruit that has conquered the world's kitchens, the chili pepper. Have you ever wondered how that tiny potent package of heat went from a wild plant in the Americas to a global culinary superstar? Well, grab a glass of milk, because we're about to trace the incredible evolution of chili peppers. It all begins millions of years ago, deep in the tropical and subtropical regions of Central and South America. Long before humans ever tasted its fire, the wild ancestor of the chili pepper was just a small, unassuming fruit. These early chilies weren't the big, vibrant peppers we know today. They were tiny, bitter, and packed a serious punch. Why? It's all about survival. The key to their spiciness is a group of chemical compounds called capsaicinoids, with the most famous one being capsaicin. This fiery compound wasn't developed to challenge brave foodies. It was a brilliant evolutionary defense mechanism. Think of it from the plant's perspective. Small mammals, with their grinding teeth, would destroy the seeds if they ate the fruit. Capsaicin specifically targets a pain receptor in mammals, creating that familiar burning sensation. So, a curious rodent takes a bite, feels the heat, and learns to stay away. Problem solved. But here's the clever part. Birds are completely immune to capsaicin. They don't have the same receptor. So birds could happily feast on these wild chilies, and in doing so, they became the perfect seed dispersers. They'd eat the fruit, fly miles away, and pass the seeds, intact and ready to grow in a new location. This brilliant strategy allowed wild chilies to spread far and wide across the continent. Capsaicin also had another benefit. It's a powerful antimicrobial and antifungal agent. This helped protect the seeds from pathogens in the soil, giving them a better chance of sprouting. So, from the very beginning, the chili's heat was a masterstroke of natural selection, a chemical weapon for defense, and a tool for reproduction. For thousands of years, this was the status quo. Wild chilies thrived, birds spread their seeds, and mammals kept their distance. But then, a new player entered the scene: humans. Around 6,000 to 7,000 years ago, indigenous peoples in what is now Mexico and South America began to notice these potent little fruits. And unlike other mammals, they weren't entirely deterred by the heat. In fact, they were intrigued. This marks the beginning of a beautiful co-evolutionary relationship. Humans began the long process of domestication. Instead of just gathering wild chilies, they started to cultivate them. This is where human selection takes over from natural selection. Our ancestors became the primary force driving the chili's evolution. They started choosing plants with desirable traits. Maybe one plant produced slightly larger fruits. They saved its seeds. Another plant had a bit more flesh and less bitterness. They cultivated that one. And of course, they selected for heat. Some communities preferred milder chilies for daily use, while others prized the most intensely spicy varieties for culinary, medicinal, or even ritualistic purposes. Over countless generations, this careful, patient selection process transformed the chili pepper. The small, bitter wild fruits gradually became larger, fleshier, and more diverse in shape, color, and flavor. Humans were essentially fast-tracking evolution, amplifying the traits they loved. This is why today, we have such a breathtaking array of chilies. Think about it. The mild, sweet bell pepper and the face-melting Carolina Reaper are technically the same species, Capsicum annuum *. The incredible difference between them isn't just nature's work. It's a testament to thousands of years of human partnership and selective breeding. But domestication wasn't just about making the fruits bigger or spicier. It was also about adaptation. Wild chilies were accustomed to specific tropical climates. As humans began to migrate and establish agriculture in new areas, they took their precious chili seeds with them. To make them grow in different environments, from arid highlands to more temperate zones, they had to select for new traits. They chose plants that were more drought-tolerant, resistant to local diseases and pests, or had a shorter growing season to survive in cooler climates. This human-guided adaptation allowed the chili to break free from its tropical origins and flourish in new lands, long before it ever left the Americas. Let's talk more about the chemical evolution, because that's where the magic really happens. The variety of heat levels we experience is due to the different types and concentrations of capsaicinoids. Different species of capsicum evolved to produce unique chemical profiles. Capsicum annuum *, which includes everything from Galapagos to bell peppers, has a huge range. Capsicum chinense *, the family of habaneros, Scotch bonnets, and ghost peppers, is renowned for its intense, fruity heat. Capsicum frutescens *, like the Tabasco pepper, is known for peppers whose heat hits you quickly but also fades relatively fast. Genetic studies have confirmed this amazing story. Scientists can trace the lineage of modern chilies back to a few key domestication events in different parts of the Americas. They found that species like *annuum *, chinense *, and *frutescens share common wild ancestors but diverged through a combination of geographic isolation and, crucially, different human cultural preferences. The chilies grown in Mexico were selected for traits that complemented Mexican cuisine, while those in the Caribbean or the Andes were shaped by the tastes and needs of the local people. The pepper became a living record of human culture, and it wasn't just about the heat. Culinary evolution played a huge role in shaping the chili's appearance. Humans selected for vibrant colors, bright reds, sunny yellows, deep oranges, and even purples. These colors weren't just for show. They often signaled ripeness and a higher concentration of nutrients. Today, we know that colorful peppers are packed with vitamins A and C and powerful antioxidants. So, by selecting for visually appealing fruits, our ancestors were also inadvertently breeding more nutritious crops. The size, shape, and thickness of the pepper's walls were also selected for specific culinary use. Think of thick-walled bell peppers perfect for stuffing, versus thin-walled cayenne peppers ideal for drying and grinding into powder. Then, in 1492, everything changed. The Columbian Exchange connected the Old World and the New World, and the chili pepper was one of its most successful travelers. When European explorers first encountered chilies, they were mistaken for a type of black pepper, hence the name pepper. They brought the seeds back to Europe, and from there the chili's global conquest began. Portuguese and Spanish trade routes spread the chili like wildfire across Africa, India, Southeast Asia, and China. In these new lands, the chili's evolution entered a new phase. It was introduced to entirely new climates, soils, and farming practices. And once again, it adapted with incredible speed. Local farmers began their own selective breeding, developing new varieties suited to their environment and their cuisine. In India, chilies were embraced for their ability to add spice and flavor, leading to the development of varieties like the Guntur chili. In Thailand, the tiny but potent bird's eye chili became essential. In Hungary, a mild sweet variety was cultivated and dried to create paprika. The chili didn't just adapt. It integrated itself so deeply into these cultures that many people today are shocked to learn it didn't originate there. This global journey represents a second wave of explosive diversification, all driven by human hands. So, when you look at a chili pepper today, you're not just seeing a vegetable. You're seeing a living artifact of evolutionary history. Its story is one of defense, adaptation, and a remarkable partnership with humanity. It starts with a wild plant's clever chemical trick to ensure its survival. Then, it becomes a story of human ingenuity, as our ancestors recognized its potential and spent millennia molding it to fit our needs and desires. From the small bitter fruits of a tropical forest to the thousands of unique varieties that fire up our dishes around the globe, the chili pepper is a perfect example of how nature and human culture can come together to create something truly extraordinary. Every time you add a dash of hot sauce, slice a jalapeno, or crunch into a sweet bell pepper, you are tasting the result of this incredible journey, a journey of chemical defense, ecological adaptation, and thousands of years of shared history between a plant and its biggest fans. Thank you so much for joining me on this spicy adventure through time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration. What's your favorite type of chili? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.